So recently, LA hasn't been so popular.
California had a net loss of 190,000 people last year.
Across the city, the tents stretch everywhere.
That's a homeless person smoking crack. Welcome to LA.
I moved to LA when everyone else was moving away, and here's why. I'm sitting right outside my apartment right now. I wanted to address the elephant in the room. Of course, the main reason I moved to LA is because of my Amazon internship, which I started in mid-June. It's not like I would have randomly moved to LA without an engineering job and a housing stipend, but I did have the opportunity to select where I wanted to go, and LA was at the top of my list. A bunch of tech companies like Amazon have their offices in the LA area. Google, Apple, Snapchat, they have their offices in Santa Monica, Venice, and Culver City. And usually these Hollywood offices, especially Apple and Amazon, are very entertainment heavy. So Amazon's office is home to Amazon Entertainment, which is Amazon Prime Video, Amazon Music, Twitch, and Amazon Podcasts. Yes, Amazon does podcasts now. I'm as surprised as you are. Amazon also has their studios here, where they will record indoor scenes for their original shows, like The Boys. I'm in the engineering office, and their studio is behind this armed gate, which is off to the side. Unfortunately, they don't let software engineering interns into the studio. I guess what goes on there is way too confidential for some lowly interns to walk in on. So yeah, the main reason I moved here now is because of Amazon hiring me. But there are a bunch of reasons that I picked LA as my top choice in the first place. First of all, the weather in LA is incredible. There's nothing like it anywhere else in the country. Even at 5, 6, 7 p.m. it's bright and sunny outside. You don't get this anywhere else around the country. It's been the same weather every single day since I got here 2 weeks ago. This is the temperature in Iowa right now, where I'm from, and this is the temperature in LA. And look at the forecast, sunny almost every single day. The sunlight seriously gives you so much energy here. My first day working at Amazon, I was still in the office at 6:30 p.m. and I had tons of energy left over. I could have probably worked for a couple more hours. It was crazy. I had no tiredness or exhaustion. I could have kept on going into the night. I tend to get depressed in the winter, usually when it's really dark outside. So being in a super bright environment is great for my sleep schedule and my mental health. It definitely spoils you though. Like the first few days I was super happy because of the endless sun, but after a while you do get used to it. I'm sure when I go back home and it ends up being either super hot or super cold, I'm gonna be annoyed for a while before I get used to that too. Okay, so right now I'm outside of Equinox. Equinox is this luxury gym in LA that kind of represents another reason why I moved here in the first place. The gyms here are so nice. Yes, I know it's expensive, but if you can afford it, it's 100% worth it. I know what you guys are thinking. Aman, why pay $215 for an Equinox membership when you can pay $15 for a Planet Fitness and get the same equipment? You're not paying for specific equipment. What you're paying for is the vibe and energy. First of all, if you think Planet Fitness is worth it, have you not seen what goes on in there? Like, yeah, of course it costs $15 a month if you want to work out in hell. At Equinox, every plate tree is fully stocked, so you never have to wander around the gym looking for plates. Also, all the equipment is super clean. It's like they polish it every day or something. The people are super respectful. They're all late 20s, early 30s. They all seem like professionals who want to get in and out and get their workout in. And all of their classes come with the membership. They have hot yoga, cycling, boxing. It's great. Their locker rooms are also incredible. Let me tell you, I never realized how nice it is to shower and get ready with 10 to 15 other huge men in the same room. It definitely makes me feel less lonely and dead inside. God, the light is so bright. Oh my God. If you want to sign up for an Equinox membership anywhere, send me a DM on Instagram. I can probably get you $100 off. Speaking of huge men, like all of the guys here on the beach in LA are absolutely massive. Just walking around outside makes you want to move more and get bigger. I feel like ever since I got here, I've had this endless drive to increase my bench, squat, and deadlift as much as possible. You can't go to Venice Beach and see the huge painting of Arnold without wanting to immediately drop down and start deadlifting. Also, relating to my lifting goals, they've kind of moderately changed. I started this year with wanting to get six-pack abs, and I kind of made some progress towards that by losing 5 to 7 pounds. But then I watched this video by Hamza about why you don't deserve a cut and 90% of people should actually start bulking. And then I realized I was completely wrong. So yeah, right now I'm gonna bulk. I wanna blow up my compound lifts as much as possible by the end of the summer. I'm here outside of Sony Pictures Entertainment. They have a giant gate over there. It's like a rainbow gate. My next point is about the environment of LA and all the stuff you can do here. First of all, the food is absolutely incredible. It's insane how good it is. Coming from a small Midwestern town, there's nothing like LA when it comes to food. Also, because the sun is always out, you can always be outside. Anytime you want to hang out with people, you can do so outdoors. The Amazon office is in downtown Culver City and the vibe is so good. They have these live music performances every Thursday and I definitely get this huge burst of dopamine every time I hang out there. Also, if you have a car, road trips throughout Southern and Northern California are great. There are national parks, landmarks, so many things to do. If you're someone who loves going out and traveling to new places, you'd love LA. LA is also great because of the ocean. It's literally a 10-minute drive down Venice Boulevard from my apartment to Venice Beach. I grew up in Iowa Iowa and go to school in Wisconsin, I've definitely never lived close to a beach, especially a popular beach like Venice. I've always wanted to learn how to surf, and this summer is a great opportunity to do so. I have 2 months before I leave for home, so I want to surf at least 10 to 15 times during the summer. I've already taken a few lessons and I love it so far. It's also great how a bunch of other Amazon interns also want to learn how to surf. 9 of us took our first lesson together. It was an awesome intern bonding activity. Surfing is such a good exercise in mindfulness as well. When you're out there on the water, you don't have your phone with you, there's no distractions, it's just you and the endless waves. It's a great feeling. Also, the cold water exposure gives you a high that lasts for hours. I'm back in my apartment and I wanted to discuss some of the downsides of moving to LA. What are the negatives I've already experienced in the last 2 weeks? There are 3 problems with LA: traffic, prices, and homelessness. First of all, prices. Everything here is insanely expensive and you really don't get all that much from it. My apartment is a short-term rental on Verbo because I couldn't find a short-term lease. And for what I'm paying, I could get something significantly better anywhere else. Back in Iowa, for the rent I'm paying, I swear to God, you could rent a house. Like, there's a family who lives in another 1-bedroom in the same complex. And every time I see them, I think in Iowa, you could get a house, a backyard, a dog, so much more for the same price. Plus, when I first moved here, I had a ton of issues. The internet didn't work, the gas didn't work, the water heating didn't work, the air conditioning was only in the living room. It was a big hassle, and for what I was paying, I shouldn't have had to worry about it. Other than the rent, the regular purchases are also really expensive. I used to do personal training back in Wisconsin. That was around $60 to $70 per session, but here it's over $120 per training session. Like, imagining doing that multiple times per week based on my salary would be crazy. Singing lessons are over $100 per hour. Yeah, it's not very good. Let me tell you this, if you don't already make over 6 figures per year, you should not move to California. Like, my Amazon salary is pretty good and I can definitely live off of it, but with the 30% tax in California, it does actually seem like not that much. I can't imagine working minimum wage or another job and not being able to support myself. I'm sorry, but everyone who thinks they can just randomly move to LA, San Francisco, the Bay Area without a strong job opportunity, yeah, it's not gonna work out. There are already tens of thousands of other people who are trying to do exactly the same thing and it almost never works out for them. I would have never moved here if I didn't already have the backing of a big tech company like Amazon. Captain Sinbad made a great point in a video where he talked about this. He moved to LA to try to be an actor in his early 20s and he was surviving off of $20 an hour as a teacher, and he could definitely not afford to be like that for the long term. So if you want to move to the city, make sure you already have a large steady stream of income. So other than the prices, traffic here is horrible. Back home in the Midwest, traffic basically wasn't a thing. The driving time from place to place never really fluctuated. I remember it was always 12 minutes to get to high school and back, but in LA, a 10-minute drive with no traffic can take over an hour. I'm so glad I rented an e-bike. That's what I use to get around Culver City. I'm so glad I don't have to walk around everywhere. Biking to the office, the gym, back to the office and back home saves so much time. Finally, homelessness is a really big issue. If you've never lived in California, you've never really seen homeless people. Almost every bridge is covered completely on both sides with tents. It's not even walkable. You can't go under there safely. I have to walk under this bridge every time I go to the Amazon office, and let me tell you, thank God the police cleaned it up a few weeks ago. There were dozens of people before with full tents on either side. Like, I'd have to walk on the street to avoid them with cars going. Legally, that bridge is a protected area, so you're not allowed to put tents and stuff there, but every few days people still come in and they have to be removed after a few days. Every time I leave the apartment when walking, especially when it starts to get dark, I'm worried I'm going to be mugged or stabbed to death. That's why I have this heavy-duty pepper spray that I have on me at all times. In the future, if I were to live here, I would definitely live in a super high-rise luxury apartment situation, somewhere where I'd feel safe, that has security and stuff. So those are the positives, negatives, reasons why you should or shouldn't move to LA. If you have any ideas about videos I should make while I'm here, drop those in the comments down below. I read everything. If you're interested in how I got the Amazon internship that landed me here in the first place, you can watch this video right here. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. A like would be incredible, and I will see you in the next video.